Welcome to the final installment of the sequel challenge. The rules are simple. Only use units from Starcraft 2. SEVs are allowed. Only use heroes from Starcraft 2. Only use equipment from Starcraft 2. The only exception to the above rules is if a unit or structure needs to be used to complete a mission. If an objective requires me to rescue or kill an original unit, I must always kill them. Also, since they were in the original games, I won't use missile turrets or bunkers. The run will be done on hard difficulty. Nova wakes up in a facility. Her visor tells her she's in danger, so she escapes because the bad guys forgot the age-old saying, no detection, no protection. The escape is a mission about escaping. I need to fight my way to Stone and the rest of my team. The objective does ask me to rescue ghosts, but these specific ghosts weren't in the original games. I save them now because they'll be brainwashed later, which I figure is a fate worse than death.
We've got to be careful. There are civilians around here.
Stone and I escape on disgusting vulture flanks, blowing up countless civilians and... Wait, what's that noise?
Get invincible!
Nova meets with Horner, who tells her she's been AWOL for a while, working for a rebel group called the Defenders of Man.
One more thing, Nova. Swan wanted to have a word with you.
Yeah, I've been working on a jumpsuit that's ready for some field testing. You can't cloak in it, but it'll let you jump like one of those Reaper guys.
Oh, Swan, you always know what to give. Anyways, I need to hold out for reinforcements against constant Zerg attacks. Massing marauders at the front line, I send Reapers to guard the nearby cliffs, while using Nova to pick off Banelings, Ravagers, and Defilers.
Hey, Nova, looks like the Zerg are going after our military research center here. Some of my guys are still in there, along with all their tech. Think you can help them out?
Don't worry, Swan, I've got it covered.
Knew you could do it, Ace.
Oh, Swan, you always know what to say. After killing a Brutalisk, an onslaught of Zerg rushes my lines, and the mission ends. Nova meets with Valerian, who gives her access to a ship and a weapons specialist, Rigel. He's a scientist. Anyways, Nova heads to Tarsonis to investigate a Defenders of Man base. Before entering, I need to garrison 5 buildings with units to hold off the feral Zerg. Rigel gives me useful Hellbats, flamethrower-wielding mechs that can tank hordes of Lings. Since my northeast flank already has a garrison, I prioritize the southeast and northwest garrisons. For defense, I create choke points with my structures, while building up a force of Marauders, Hellbats, and Reapers. Since Nova's my only source of anti-air, I need to move quickly. The first air attack comes right before the 14-minute mark, with a second attack near 16 minutes. Each time air units attack, I have to pull Nova back to deal with them. A ship carrying prisoners crashes nearby, so I send a Reaper to execute... Wait, Prometheus Company? Well, they weren't in the original games, so I let them live. After garrisoning the buildings, Nova enters the base and gets access to a lightsaber. I fight my way through the facility, and the Defenders of Man activate a psi emitter, causing Zerg to overrun everything. Nova discovers plans to use psi emitters on a Dominion world, and the mission ends. I start the mission with useful Banshees. With the help of Advanced Cloaking Field, I blast my way through 5 of the 6 hatcheries, but the Tal'Darim show up before I can finish off the last one.
But Pi, that's basically like Permanent Cloak. Permanent Cloak was in the original games.
That is strange. My scanners don't detect any original abilities at all. Maybe you have a technical problem with your equipment.
Pi?
I'm sorry, but your signal's breaking up. I couldn't quite make out that last part. I'll try to re-establish contact later. Anyways, I need to destroy 4 shield batteries powering a mothership before it breaks through defender lines. Each time I do so, the enemy sends counterattacks with a number of air units. As Nova's my only anti-air unit here, I snipe priority targets while using my Banshees to hold off ground forces. Eventually, I destroy all 4 batteries and finish off the Tal'Darim mothership while it's destroying my base, ending the mission. Okay, fine, I redid Mission 4 without using Permanent Cloak.
Your Banshees are equipped with cloaking technology that will make them undetectable to enemies. I suggest you enable it.
Mission 4 forced me to kite the enemy with Nova, lure the Protoss into Zerg lines, and also sacrifice my SCVs to kill the mothership. Meanwhile, Alaric.
Nova, we have a guest. May I introduce Alaric, High Lord of the Tal'Darim.
For creatures with such short lifespans, you Terrans are always so eager to die.
What do you want?
To annihilate the defenders of man. They destroyed a remote Tal'Darim outpost, and then scurried away before the Death Fleet could retaliate. Such brazen disrespect demands retribution. I will exterminate them like the pests they are. And you will find them for me. From what I understand, that's your area of expertise.
To find the defenders, I need to access Nova's hidden memories. To do that, I need
More drugs.
Alaric wants me to compete with Janara for Terrazine on an infested planet. Rigel gives me access to useful liberators, which can switch between siege and anti-air modes. I fight my way to each of the harvesters while letting the Tal'Darim waste troops fighting the infested. I also take the time to rescue some Emotion soldiers.
Lead the way, Commander. Just get us out when this is over.
Oh, you'll get out of living. After seizing the expansion, I clear the way to the harvesters and take the time to blow up some rogue robots and Dawadiru's twin brother. Eventually, I seize the Terrazine, and the mission ends. Also, I redid this mission without cloaking. No difference, really. Nova heads to Antigua Prime, a disgusting planet that was in the original games. I need to explore 5 coordinates to help Nova remember her time with the Defenders. Each time I do so, I need to select various Zerg structures nearby, which I can then destroy to disable these units during the regular Zerg attacks. Massing a force of Liberators and Ravens, I defeat the various Zerg strains. Anyways, Nova finds out that she was tricked into activating psi emitters on the planet, allowing the Zerg to invade. She was captured and mind-wiped before she could reveal the conspiracy, though she learns that the leader of the Defenders of Man is none other than General Carolina Davis.
Who?
You know, General Davis, the random old lady they introduced like 2 missions ago.
What a twist!
In the Enemy's Shadow takes place in the Enemy's Shadow. I need to get into Davis's compound and arrest her, allowing Valerian to show evidence of her crimes to the Dominion.
So it's either stealth or full force.
We have a security breach. Send reinforcements. Help! Someone here! Enemy sight.
I get inside the compound and discover my old ghost buddies.
Who?
You know, the other ghosts, the guys on my team who haven't shown up since the first mission. Anyways, I didn't kill them, but by saving them, the Defenders ended up capturing and brainwashing them again, putting them in a fate worse than death. I fight my way to the 2 locks, keeping Davis's office closed, making sure to mind control this random stalker and also grab a gunblade.
I knew I'd see you again.
Oh yeah, it's Stone, our other teammate who hasn't shown up since the first mission.
I'll make it happen.
Nova arrests Davis, and the mission ends. Suddenly, Alaric.
Oh, the Defenders of Man. So this is your little base of operations. The Tal'Darim will wipe you from the face of this world.
You could have prevented this, if only you'd listened.
To annihilate the Defenders of Man, they destroyed a remote Tal'Darim outpost. Such brazen disrespect demands retribution.
You could have prevented this.
Sure, Jan.
Anyways, I need to beat the Tal'Darim while holding on to the city. Rigel tries to sabotage me by suggesting I build useless battlecruisers, but I stick them as Liberators instead. By fortifying each outpost with Liberator support, I mow down ground targets while my allies deal with air power. Jinara tries to attack with more motherships, but I gather my Liberators together and overwhelm her escorts. By the end, she leads a final charge, but with the Tal'Darim ceasing an offensive on the flanks, I rally my forces to the center and finish off the Tal'Darim. During the chaos, Davis escaped and is now attempting to destroy the Dominion fleet with the Xanthos. What's the Xanthos? Roblox. I need to fight my way through Defender lines and finish the Xanthos off while it's being prepared. Meanwhile, Davis repeatedly charges at the Dominion Gorgons.
We will die for Arcturus before we serve his murderer. I knew your family when you were a child. We were all part of the same circles back then. You're a good soldier, Nova, but so am I.
Using a force of Marauders and Ravens, I repeatedly repel the Xanthos, but take heavy casualties because of this stupid missile ability in my terrible micro. Eventually, I make it to Davis's base, but with no resources or army left, I'm forced to stall as Nova repeatedly damages the Xanthos, gets knocked out, and respawns. With almost no supply, workers, or troops left, I destroy the Xanthos.
I know why you're coming here. You think you're going to do the right thing. What you don't...
I do not take kindly to betrayal, Terran. You've made a powerful enemy today.
So have you.
Have I now?
Why don't you say that to my face, you shit? You have my respect, Nova. When I'm done, half of your crew will still be alive. I hope they remember you.
Nuclear launch detected.
Oh, you sequel characters always choose the boring route.
So can you beat Nova Covert Ops using only Starcraft 2 units? Surprisingly, kinda. SCVs and original structures aside, each mission can actually be done using sequel heroes and sequel units. Obviously, missions 1, 3, 7, and 9 require me to use only Nova for portions or even the entire mission. But the lack of early anti-air means that I also have to rely on Nova for defense in missions 3 and 4. That means if we ignore having to use SCVs and original production structures, it is possible to beat Nova Covert Ops using only StarCraft 2 units for battle. This brings the total up to 9 out of 9 missions. 100%. That's a first. The sequel arsenal lacks static defense, early anti-air, and is pretty gas-heavy, but with help from Nova, it pulls through just fine. So how well did the sequel arsenal do overall? Well, at my most generous, 20 out of 29 of Wings of Liberty's missions, 18 out of 27 of Heart of the Swarm's missions, 22 out of 25 of Legacy of the Void's missions, and all of Nova Covert Ops missions can be beaten using only sequel units for fighting. This brings it up to a grand total of 69 out of 90, 76%. Compared to the Retro Challenge at 58 out of 90 missions, it's a vast improvement. The Retro Terran arsenal lacks anti-armor, while both the Retro Zerg and Protoss arsenals lack heavier units. However, the sequel Terran arsenal lacks early anti-air, the sequel Zerg arsenal lacks air support, and the sequel Protoss arsenal is actually pretty good. But obviously they all need worker units and original production structures to function. One side cannot exist without the other, for old and new together becomes StarCraft 2. This concludes the sequel challenge. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and sacrifice civilians for science. For the next challenge, I'll try to beat